बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। डॉक्टर हुसैन कोलाची यूट्यूब चैनल से आज हम आपसे मुखातिब हैं and we shall have a lecture in English because most of the slides are in English, but we may take some explanation in Urdu also. The topic is immunology and immunization. That is a very important topic for the students of postgraduate as well as MBBS, BDS and BS nursing. The immunology is basically a defense mechanism of the body which saves you from the invaders, which can be viruses, which can be bacteria, which can be any chemical substances or any non-cell substances. And immunization is basically a process by which we create the defense mechanism in the body. So this slide just shows you that the concept of immunity starts that immunology is the study of the way in which the body defends itself from the infectious agents. So mostly immunology is concerned with the infectious agents, which include viruses, parasites, fungi, spirochetes and other things. The immunity is ability of an organism, here means the human being, to recognize and defend itself against specific pathogens or antigens or any harmful substances. Next, please. Yes. This also continues and says that the wide variety of agents like viruses, parasites, worms lead to be distinguished from the organism's own healthy cells, because these are basically the cellular organisms and tissues in order to function properly. Next, please. Here we have a structure of the immune system, and which shows that it is just like an architecture with a full defense, just like a castle or just like a wall which protects the city. So immune system is basically a secret system or a defense system. The immune system is a complex network of security system of chemicals, cells, tissues and organs that work together to protect the body. Next, please. Yes, there the function of the immune system are elaborated, and we can see that when body is exposed to the harmful influences of pathogens or other substances from outside environment to inside of the body, then it triggers all the immune system becomes active. Next. These are the main functions, and I will just show few of them. It can switch off if the danger is over, it can switch on when danger or pathogen invades, and it protects against autoimmune disease. It rejects tissue cells with foreign antigens, just like in the transplantation, and as well as it removes dead or worn out or old tissues, and it provides defense against pathogens like bacteria, viruses, parasites and fungi. Next, please. This is a picture which shows the self and non-self concept, and you can see if the body recognizes cells or self-organs or tissues, then it is a normal response. But when it takes it as a foreign, then there is autoimmune reaction or hypersensitivity reaction, and you can see that how the security system can have. Here it is correct, but here if it is not recognizing, then the system is not correct. Next, please. Yes, next. Change the slide. So here once again the same situation is where if the self is recognized as a self, then there will be no reaction and the person will be in a normal condition. Next. Here the phagocytosis are the word is used PAMPS pathogen associated molecular pattern molecules. Fans are PAMPS and you can see that how the phagocytosis are the pathogens are engulfed are removed and how they are destroyed. You can see that they are absorbed and digested and clean just like as are no problem. Next please. Yes, difference between self and non-self is very clear and here if the self is recognized as the offensive then that is called allergy or hypersensitivity reaction which normally occurs when we are giving penicillin injections or some other drugs, IV or other things. Next please. Yes, difference between self is continuing. Next. Yes, the special receptor is important here when the antigen binds to the special receptor on the defense cells. A series of cell process is started. Then the immune system can recall stored memories, means the previous infection is recalled. Next, please. This is another tolerance level in which the state of unresponsiveness of the immune system to antigen, a state of unresponsiveness to a specific antigen, group of antigen to a person is normally responsive. Next please. So the self-tolerance is again there. Next. These are the few examples in which the altered tumor or other cells are there and there is a danger, but here the non-self, just like a transplant organ is rejected, then there is a non-self response. Next. This is once again a chart showing immunohypersensitivity in which the reaction or response is abnormal by the cells, particularly the macrophages and white cells. Next please. So this is a CD or compared difference receptors on lymphocytes. What we have written about the CD. Okay, next please. Okay, so this was basically, and some other important are the passive immunity and active immunity. In passive immunity, actually, antibodies are formed already, whether it is in the animal or in a convalescent patients, and they are transferred or given to the person who needs it immediate. And particular examples are diphtheria toxide as well as tetanus toxide, which is normally produced in the arm serum, which is very close to the human blood. So the immunity is already there. So immediate antigen is destroyed. In active, it takes time, and the vaccination to the children and to the hepatitis as well as to other, even to the COVID is one of the example of active immunity. And then the last is the herd immunity or group immunity. If a large portion of the community is vaccinated or immunized or antigen is given and antibody response is there, then some of the group members which are not immunized, they will also be protected. So we call it herd immunity or group immunity, and that plays a great role. If 90% immunization is done to the children, the 10% who are unimmunized will also be protected, because the antigen will not pass to them because of the immunity at certain level, and we also call it a community immunity also, or group immunity or herd immunity.
So these are the few concepts we have given. The question we normally are coming out of this, then they suppose a patient is coming with a tetanus, what type of immunological agent you will administer, then naturally it is a passive immunity because of urgency and we can't wait till it is. And the same situation is in the rabies, we call it rig rabies immunoglobulin is example of passive immunity, and normally polio vaccine, measles vaccine, that is also there. Then one is natural immunity or innate immunity, in which certain groups are saved from various diseases. Suppose the people who are living in the area of infectious and they are exposed in the early age, then they will be naturally protected. Particularly African people are protected from the yellow fever because that is so common there. And even here, hepatitis A, our children are very exposed, so it is not affecting much of the population, or it is not affecting the great number. And even the sickle cell anemia people, they have defense against the malaria. So this is called racial or species immunity. And skin is also a kind of innate immunity because it protects from many invading agents, bacteria. So if the skin is intact, then your immunity is intact. I hope Dr. Kolachi YouTube channel has given you some ideas and you will learn something to deal with the postgraduate examination as well as undergraduate examination. Thank you very much.